Educator, instructor, LeAnn Lilly, like many of us, has had her ups and downs in life. But her contagious passion for the beauty and barbering has definitely been remarkable in the hair industry today. This is who she is.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm just Lily. I'm just me. I have a true passion for this industry, and well, I guess that's not really saying who I am. Well, I am. I want to be an inspiration. I am a go-getter. I love this industry. I'm just here, and I know how hard it is and how fast and discouraged it can be with trying to do something that you love to do, and then you get at a standstill where you don't know which way to go. So I just believe in determination and ambition, and and keep doing what you're doing so that it'll all work itself out, and hard work pays off. So I am a motivator. I am a person who cares about this industry, who's passionate about this industry, and I don't even know what else to say. If you know me, you know my personality, and my personality speaks for itself.
So how long you been in the hair industry? Like, when did you start? What year? Do you remember the year, or when did you feel like, okay, I'm gonna take this serious and I'm gonna take it professionally? Because me, I've been cutting hair for 22 years. A lot of people don't know that, but I was having fun with it. It was a hobby. Then I turned it into a career. So I felt like I'm gonna take it for real. Like maybe at the age of 18, So what age?
So I started doing my own hair as a kid. I was tender-headed. I had a lot of hair, and I really didn't like nobody doing my hair. So I decided to learn how to do my own hair. So I would get the straightening comb, press my hair, burn it out, and then I just fell in love with it. Then I started braiding my hair, and I would go to school, and people were like, "Who braided your hair?" And I'd be like, "I did," and nobody would believe me until I actually started doing the people in the neighborhood. By the time I was in the 8th, 9th grade, I had a full clientele on my grandmother's back porch doing hair. So that was in 1994.
You were born and raised here in Chicago?
I was born in Joliet.
Okay.
And I was doing hair on my grandmother's porch of everybody in the neighborhood, and that's how I made my money. I didn't have a job. That's how I made my money to do whatever I wanted to do.
And self-taught?
I was self-taught. And then I started braiding with one of my cousins' girlfriends, and her name is Stacy. She was an excellent braider, and she saw that I could braid, and she was a braider. That's what she did full time. So when she saw that I could braid, she brought me on to be her assistant as a person to braid down here. With that, I learned speed, I learned creative parting, and I started to understand the density of having braids, So that's where I took it from there, and I just kept doing it, and I just kept doing it, and then here it comes, where you have to have a license to braid hair. And that's when I started to go to school.
Do you know, like me, like being at the shop, I started in the era. I'm in that era, so a lot of I didn't know that. Like, I don't think a lot of people know that.
So now you have to have a license to braid hair, and when they said that you had to have a license to braid hair, that's when I started to go to school. So I was already working in salons, so when I went to school, everything with hair from being around it came out. And so then I started doing hair. I fell in love with, I wanted to learn more about color. So when I graduated, I went and worked at JCPenney salon, and that's when I fell in love with color, and that's what I love to do, is color, natural hair, and sew-ins and things like that.
And for those braiders that don't know that, would you be able to help them to know where they could go on a website or somewhere they could get their license?
Yes. If you're looking to get your braiding license, there is a school that I do know that you can go to. It's right here in Chicago. What is the name of her school? Her name is Nadra Smiley on Facebook. She has a school in Chicago.
And we're going to get into your Beauty and Barber Expo coming up in October 6th, Sunday. Would that be? Do you think that would be available for them in your expo, or
Yes,
maybe some information?
there will be information at the Fusion Beauty and Barber Expo where you can get information on how to go to school to obtain your braiding license, and
Cool.
if you want to do dreadlocks or natural hair, that all falls under the same category.
So hopefully, if they listen to this and they keep following you on Instagram and Facebook, we'll get into that. For sure, like, you know, any braiders interested, you know, definitely get in contact with her.
Yeah.
For sure. So, where were you 6 years ago before Instagram really popped?
Where was I 6 years ago before Instagram popped? So that was 2013.
13, yeah.
So 2013, I had just graduated from getting my instructor license, and I was working in a salon as a full-time stylist. And I was going to hair shows and barber shows and stuff like that. So I was just really just a full-time stylist in the shop.
So Lily 6 years ago was working for somebody.
Yes.
Did you ever, between these 6 years, those that don't know, because I do know the story, and this is another reason why I have you here, because I really think it was inspiring and motivating when you talked about you once had a salon, a business salon.
Yes.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
So I had a salon. My dream was to always to own a salon. I opened my salon in Shanahan. The area was very nice. It was off of 2 highways, and very affordable. However, one of the most important things about, you know, when you're opening a business or a salon or a barbershop is, you know, the thing that I didn't pay attention to, you know, when I went through this process was the word growing. And the reason why I'm saying growing is because when you're saying growing area, that means that the area is still growing. So it doesn't mean that walk-in traffic is going to be there, which means that you have to be able to sustain your business for that time frame of when your business, for it to grow. So with that being said, it was really hard for me to find workers. I was working every day. I was in the shop every day, you know what I'm saying, as a full-time stylist, but I only had one other stylist that was part-time.
I think people don't understand. Owners still to this day find it difficult.
It was a lot for me because at the same time, I'm still doing other things in the industry. And if I'm not there, the salon is not functioning full-time.
Right.
And when I'm not there, I need for it to be functioning because that's a business. If your business is not functioning while you're not there, then it's not a business.
Right.
So
it's a big difference.
So it was a bad location, and I have been getting the question like, "Are you going to do it again?" I'm thinking about doing salon suites, but I'm also thinking about doing a salon, but it would be in a more high traffic area. I'm not looking to do it right away. I'm going to let it come to me, and when the opportunity creates itself, I'll do it.
What would you tell a salon owner? Female entrepreneur like yourself right now? She's probably hearing this, and you know, she's probably scared. She doesn't know what to do, if she should close it or not. You made a big decision. Do you regret the decision, or did it help you? What would you recommend, or what do you feel about that situation?
Well, I don't regret the situation. I did lose a lot of money because I did the complete build out on the salon. So I did lose a lot of money, but I don't regret it because it was a learning lesson. So I had to go through that to become where I am now too. So I had to make a choice to say, hey, how does these numbers look? Numbers going to tell your story. So if the numbers doesn't add up, face reality. Don't hold your pride. You know, if it's not working, it's not working. Don't stress yourself out. But it is going to take time to build it. I know some people that take 2, 3 years, 4, 5 years before they get to where they are.
Yeah.
But as long as you're a stylist and you're there and you're willing to make that commitment to do that, then that's fine. Me, on the other hand, my situation was different because I was still trying to do other things as well.
You feel like your calling was just not to stay in the salon?
At that time, in that moment, it wasn't because it it was out, and I'm more now in the Chicagoland area than ever. Even though I still work where I'm at, I'm more out here than ever now because I'm having my shows, and I'm going to salons and barbershops promoting shows, and having classes and things like that.
That's amazing. So this is your second year doing the Beauty Barber Expo, or
Fusion Beauty and Barber is it's the second year for Fusion Beauty and Barber. However, this is my 5th show I've put together.
So you're like, okay, so those that don't know you, and I've seen you around. So what, like, again, that's what I mean by who are you right now? You know, who is LeAnn Lily, right? Who is she?
Lily is a host, a MC, a coordinator, the founder of Fusion Beauty and Barber, the owner of Lovely Style Salon. And she just an instructor. She just wants to be an inspiration for those that's coming up, and to give back, and to, you know, let people know that no matter what you've been through, you have a choice. You surround yourself with success, you will be successful. If you surround yourself with the right people. So I'm just a firm believer in that, and I just want to share the love. I just want all of us to come together. That is what Fusion is about. It's about bringing barbers, stylists, makeup artists, nail artists, and eventually the tattoo artists all together under one roof, because we are all artists at the end of the day.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people like myself are seeing you in different posts, and, you know, in the industry, you know, constantly being mentioned on Instagram, you know, tagged. So it's like many just want to know, like, you know. So that's it. So that's really the whole. You know, I just want to create opportunities for other people. Just, you know, I want Fusion to be a great success this year, and the years come forward. I want it to be big. I want it to be one of the biggest beauty and barber shows in the Midwest area, you know. And I want it to where I'm creating jobs for people to work Fusion, because right now I'm doing this by myself. I think everybody, you know. Yeah. So I want to create other opportunities. I want people to have a platform where they can come and know that you're going to get the experience, you're going to get the education, you're going to have some fun, you're going to network, you're going to meet new people, you know. You know, yeah, I think people don't understand how hard it is to do an event like that, you know. So, I mean, I think even like you just said, you host, you're about to host another one next month before your big event. If somebody wants to do and step on, be like in your type of platform, what's one advice you could tell them? Like, nonstop, keep moving, like keep going to these, try to be hosts, learn from it.
Well, in order to learn how to be a host, you first have to network with people. You have to have a good personality with people, and no matter what, people will tend to try to piss you off, but you still have to smile under being pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You have to sweat some, you know, don't let it sweat you, but if you're going to be upset about it, you have to be upset about it somewhere else and not amongst the people, because you have to give off a certain energy. So like when I get ready to host, I usually zone everything out and come into this other person of not another person, but I just doesn't let whatever I have going on, I leave it and I focus on what's going on in the show. And you have to pay attention to everything that's going on around you. You know, you have to be able to welcome people. People are going to ask you questions. You know, you got to be, your body has to be in physical shape for it. Not so mentally, physically, and emotionally. You need all three of those to function as a host. And if you don't have those, it's something that's missing, you will fall apart.
Oh, wow. And now that Instagram has been involved, and I believe in everybody's platform, a brand, and career, has it helped you in a certain way? Does it make it easier?
Instagram and, you know, the social media thing. So before I started, you know, I'm gonna put it like this: like I stated that I've been doing hair since 1994, right? So that was very young. So we didn't have social media.
We didn't.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really hard for me to grasp onto it, but I'm getting better with it, because it's the thing that's trending. You have to do it in order to stay relevant and to reference to what you're doing. So I'm working on getting better in that. That is one of my challenges as a host, as an educator, as a hairstylist. That's my challenge, because I don't post much. I'll post shows, I'll share stuff, but I feel like you don't see enough of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see me out, but you don't see enough of me or what it is that I'm doing. So I'm working on getting someone to follow me around, to take pictures and see more of me engaging with the people, because if you not there, you don't know. But you might hear my name and like, well, okay, well, who is she? But what does she do? And you should be able to go to my Instagram and my social media as the outlet for me to be able to see who I am.
So what's your Instagram name?
My Instagram name is Lily_Styles with a Z. And Fusion Beauty and Barber is where you can find all of the information about the show.
And on Facebook?
And on Facebook, I am LeAnn Lily. And then I have a Facebook group called Fusion Beauty and Barber.
Cool. So what would you want the people to know for your upcoming event, which is on Sunday, October 6th, 2019?
Okay, so what do I want people to know about Fusion Beauty and Barber coming up October 6th? So, Fusion Beauty and Barber has went into a completely different direction. I've always had education at my shows, but this year I have a full day of education from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I have styling, bridal hair, I have barbering, I have business, marketing, how to become a platform artist, and I have 16 educators, 3 classrooms, classes rotating every hour to hour and a half of different education. So you'll be able to get whatever you need, even skin. I even added skin. So we even have a skincare class for you if you're an esthetician or you're into makeup. I even have that. I have a nail class. I have everything you need this year at Fusion Beauty and Barber. On top of, I also have some showcasing education going out on the floor as well. So you have options. You can watch the competition, you can watch showcasing, you can vend, you can go to a class. You have options.
Yeah, you have a whole.
You have options this year.
Yeah, definitely. Different categories.
Yep.
It sounds great. So, last question. 2 words. Stay faithful in your journey. What do you when you hear that? What comes in your mind and through your career, your ups and downs?
Well, when I hear the word faithful,
staying faithful.
Faithful. So, what made me open my salon was sometimes I use this eulogy of a frog.
Okay.
And my thing about a frog is that it sits on this lily pad, looking around, waiting to jump. So I had to take a leap of faith to get to where I am, and believe that everything will work itself out, and if it's meant for me, it's meant for me. And that's just as plain as simple as I can get it when I think of the word faith. Is taking a leap of faith, having faith in yourself, having faith in some of the people, because you want to have faith in everybody, but you can't. But just having faith, believing that you can, and that if it's meant for you, it's meant for you, and what's meant for you is meant for you, and what's meant for me is meant for me.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate the time, and you came out. I know you're a busy woman, so like I said, I'm very thankful, and I know it's not going to be the first or last time. We're going to talk again, and also keeping updates on every move you're doing, and I hope someone took something from here today. And again, I'm pretty sure it's going to get better and better every time.
Yep. Awesome. Okay.